Okay. I think we're going here. Hello. Okay, it is recording. Okay, sorry. So quickly, so you're turning in that strengths and opportunities paper, right? And then let me get down to the courses here. So PBIS for the teams. And go to our 4 lessons. All right, so right here, before we get to the last one down here, the desired outcomes, we have to do the team module, the matrix. But this one is super easy. So after you upload your strengths and opportunities one, the matrix, wait a minute, that should open up. Wait, can I do this where we could just, maybe I could do it this way. Oh, that'd be cool if we could just do it like this so it's convenient for everybody. Oh, guys, I'm gonna see if we could just do it this way.
Hello everyone, welcome back to PBIS and Expanded Learning. This is Team Module 3, The Matrix. Now this is a team module, which means it will have staff activities at the end. This team module also has a team quiz at the end, so no individual staff member will receive points for the score from this quiz. In today's module, we are going to look at the matrix. Our objectives for the day are to learn how to identify and create expectations and to learn how to identify and create rules. If you already have the matrix for your school, it is still beneficial for you to go through the lesson, as it will provide clarity on what it is for new staff members and act as a review for returning staff members. At the end, you will have a chance to create a new matrix or review your current matrix as a team to make adjustments. However, if your team is comprised of experts on what the matrix is, meaning everyone, and I mean everyone, knows what rules and expectations are, how to define them, and you already have a good solid matrix, then you can go to the staff activity, which will give staff an opportunity to review and edit the matrix. So let's begin.
All right, that one's not working. Skip that.
Behavior expectations have particular characteristics. They are a strong or confident hope. For example, take a look at the cheetah code. It is my hope that you will be respectful, or I hope that you will be safe. Expectations also apply to all people in all settings. That includes students and staff. The rules apply to everyone in the building. Expectations are also ambiguous and not measurable. They don't mean the same thing to all people. Be responsible to you may mean something totally different than being responsible for me.
Okay, this one isn't working. Okay, it looks like basically there's acronyms here for different types of expectations that would go into the matrix. And we've seen this at our own site when it comes for being safe, responsible, and what was the other one? Safety, responsibility, and oh snap, I forget. See, that's why we need to have them up.
So now that you're an expert on expectations, let's move on to the rules. While expectations are broad and ambiguous, rules are a bit different. Rules describe specific behaviors that we would like to see from students. Things like walking while in the cafeteria, washing hands when going to the bathroom, or just lining up. The rules specifically describe the positive behavior you want to see. Rules also cover a setting, common areas, or spaces that all students occupy at some time, places like hallways, or a playground, or a classroom.
All right, this one doesn't seem like it's working. Okay, brief, age appropriate. Brief and age appropriate. Please give everyone an opportunity to be heard. Listen quietly while others speak. Okay.
Rules should be positively stated. Too often we've seen teachers who are stuck in don't do this or don't do that mode. Unfortunately, if you continuously put your energies into telling students what you don't want, then what you don't want is exactly what you will get. Instead, tell students what you want to see. Make it a positive rule as opposed to a negative rule. For example, the negative rule of don't run in the cafeteria could easily become a positive rule of please walk in the cafeteria. Or, instead of no pushing and shoving, you could say, please keep your hands and feet to yourself. Direct your energy and focus on what you want to see, and you will begin to see more of that behavior.
Hmm. Oh, man.
Okay, now it's your turn. If you do not have a matrix at your site, you can now download the matrix template here and work with your team to create one. Here's one final tip on the number of rules. Keep them to a minimum. Remember, less is best. We suggest 20 or fewer in total in your matrix. That translates to roughly 3 to 5 rules per setting. Remember to keep it simple, or staff and students will not be able to remember them and won't integrate the rules into their daily lives. If you already have a matrix, you can go to the staff activity now to review and edit as needed.
All right, I'm going to download the matrix for people, especially newer staff that has not uh, seen it or have done it. Let me see. Staff
All
activity.
right, so if you are in this staff activity, the assumption is that your team fully understands what the rules are, fully understands the difference between rules and expectations, and has a matrix in place. All right, if you have not done that and you don't have those items in place, please go back and do the entire module and then come to the review at the end. But if you have, and you have a highly functioning team, this is for teams that have already created the matrix. So what you're going to do is you're going to work as a team to fully complete the strengths and challenges handout from the last team module. So the one that we did in team module 2, you want to pull that document out, sit down with your team, and do that as a team. All right, and you can find it again here by downloading under the resource button. When finished, keep that document handy and pull out a copy of your matrix. All right, remember, just you need to make sure that you have the matrix there and also the strengths and challenges document to continue this activity.
Okay. Okay, we already have that. All right.
All right, now that you've completed the strengths and challenges document, or strengths and opportunities document, excuse me, we're now going to go into the next part, and you're going to go through each column, enroll in your matrix, and make sure everyone on your staff understands everything on the matrix. So now pull out your matrix and go through each line and have a conversation and make sure everyone understands everything on it. When you're finished with that, look at the challenges section from the strengths and challenges document. After reviewing those challenges, ask if there are any items on the matrix that need to change based upon what they have now identified as new challenges. All right. Now take a little bit of time to discuss this. This could take anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, depending upon how much you need to discuss. But take the time to make sure that you've added in any new challenges and they are reflected in the matrix if they weren't already reflected there. When trying to make a decision on adding or removing a rule, allow staff to vote on any request for adjustments. Remember, it should be a challenge that a majority agree is a problem. If just one staff member wants to add a rule, then that shouldn't be added. It should be a problem that a majority agree is a problem. Now edit your matrix based upon the changes you discussed. You want to add the new rules and expectations and remove those rules that no longer apply. When you're finished and you feel comfortable with your brand new matrix, save your completed matrix and upload it into the course as your matrix assignment document. Now it's time to give you a practice activity. Depending on which schedule you are on for the course, for the next week or so until you get your next module, your mission is to 1. Download the Verifying Your Matrix worksheet. 2. Create quiz questions based on your matrix. For example, please raise your hand as a rule for which location, or give me an example of being responsible in the cafeteria. Use this document to quiz new staff or students via a bingo game or via a Jeopardy type game on the matrix. Repeat the flash matrix quizzes throughout the first few weeks of school. At the end of the week or weeks, give one final game where the winner with the highest score will be awarded a prize. That concludes Team Module 3, The Matrix. Please take a moment to complete the following quiz. Remember, no one gets credit for the quiz score for the engagement contest. Woohoo! Good job!
All right. So that was a little run through of the matrix. The reason why I wanted to do it this way is because I know Miss Lupe and I have had several meetings over this, and staff has talked about this over and over again, and we've gone over creating our own rules and expectations. So the theory of this is not new. Hold on, I'm trying to get 1 second. So yeah, the theory of this is not new. We're creating rules and expectations for our classroom. So what I'm going to do is send you the documents for each of you to put one rule for the environment in each box. I will also send and this is mostly for the newer people where we've talked about or went over expectations, but you haven't had a chance to implement it yourself. So I'd like for you to if we're talking about in the environment of the bathroom, what are the rules that we expect there? What are the expectations of walking to the bathroom, of how you should act in the bathroom? So I'm going to send you supporting documents to help you fill that out. All I expect from you is to pick a rule that goes with the environment. And that's all the matrix is. It's like a grid. In the classroom, this is what we expect. In the cafeteria, this is what we expect, so on and so forth. You're going to fill that out. That's going to be one part of this matrix module that you need to do. The other part that I'm going to send you is I guess it's like a game, a little Jeopardy game. And it's just you matching the expectation to the environment. And it just looks like a little game that you fill out. And these are all things that you turn in for points. This is part of you showing that you're participating. And remember, the more points we get as a team, we get rewarded. But not only that, but we're all on the same page as a team. And all of us are moving forward together. I know it's a lot to pack in a week, but we're going to do it. I'm going to make sure that we do it efficiently and we get back on track. And that's the main thing this week, is just getting back on track. So I'll send those documents to you now. I recorded the whole module so you can go into it, back and forth with it while doing your documents. And I'm going to send you all the supporting stuff. And all you need to do is, for the Jeopardy one, you're going to turn in individually, but we're going to be touching bases back and forth with the matrix. We need to do that so all of our rules and expectations come together. So don't upload anything until we touch basis on what that's going to look like. Okay. So just go through the video, fast forward, rewind, understand it as much as possible. Look at the documents, come up with one rule in each box, email that team to me, and we'll move forward from there. And then we're going to set up a time for our last module. And I appreciate you guys and your patience in making the time to get this done. All right.